Hello, I'm Josh Ndeke, and this is Sportlink, a program that takes a global and exclusive look at issues affecting public attitudes in sports. And we are going to have a panel discussion just talking about issues concerning World Cup, La Liga, EPL, and Kenyan Premier League. But first, here are some of the stories making headlines, and it has emerged that Aston Villa are facing most important week of their 144th year as owner Dr. Tony Zia fights to keep the club out of the hands of administration. And elsewhere, in preparation for the FIFA 2018 World Cup, Argentina have cancelled their planned friendly against Israel. And elsewhere, in Super Cup, the Super Cup Singida booked Gor Mahia after clawing FC Leopards. And remember, that game between FC Leopards and Singida came to a 0-0 draw. And elsewhere, France are set to tackle Australia in the 2018 FIFA World Cup, and we'll be telling you more about how that game goes. More on this coming up on Sportslink. I am Josh Ndeke. Don't go too far. Sportslink continues on Red Steve, and remember you can join the conversation on social media platforms at JOndeke on Twitter and at JOndeke on Facebook. And I see somebody by the name DJ again saying Kogalo has put East African on the football map over the past couple of years, and I agree with that comment. And just speaking of Kogalo, we're gonna have our panel discussion just right now, and in the studio I have Josh Olwaga, who is a very, very strong Kogalo fan and a Chelsea fan. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And in the middle we have Andrew Kamoche, who is a sports analyst at Shine FM. Andrew, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And last but not least, Kelvin Kimaili, also sports analyst at Shine FM. Kelvin, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And if we may just kick it off, Josh, Gor putting Kenya in the map in terms of football, how do you feel as a fan?
It is a great feeling, considering most of the Kenyan teams have not been able to do that. We have to be proud of Gor Mahia for them representing us so well in East Africa.
All right, a lot of people were talking about fans. Kamoche, do you think that SportPesa will be able to sponsor the fans who will be going with Kogalo to England?
I don't think they have to sponsor a lot of fans because I think there are enough Kenyans in the UK, so it's easy to get fans if it's a team.
But you know, somebody like Olwaga might want to go and doesn't have the means. Olwaga, what do you have to say about that?
I think as a fan, you have to dig deep into your pockets, and if you love the team, you'll definitely have to do anything. So we don't expect to be sponsored because SportPesa are doing enough for the team, and as the fans we appreciate that. So it's upon us to be able to travel and support the team abroad.
Alright, indeed, you know, Paddy, if you're a fan, sponsor yourself, not SportPesa. Anyway, remember we have our live audience in the studio, and we'll just be getting a couple of questions from them to our panelists. But right now, let me bring in Kelvin Kimaili, FIFA World Cup, Egypt and Morocco losing. Do you have hope in Nigeria and other African teams which are representing us in the FIFA World Cup, Kelvin?
I would love to say so, but from the look of things, our hope is on Senegal as a continent, because in their group they'll try and make up something out of that because it's much easier compared to the other groups. But we hope to see our Arab brothers representing Africa in the World Cup do well, even though they've started poorly.
All right, Kamoche, the Super Eagles seem to be much more tough this time round. What do you have to say about that?
I think they are good in terms of the kit, but in terms of gameplay, it's the same Nigeria that we've been seeing over the years.
Okay.
It's just a different names, same mentality and same team. So, and of course, it's a tough group for them. So I do not expect Nigeria to make it out of the pool.
All right. Now, interesting. Since you are a Manchester United fan, we have the Carrier's disease which went to De Gea. Do we have to blame him on the error which happened yesterday during the first match between Portugal and Spain?
Every best player has his low moments. Zidane had his low moment in 2006 in the final, getting sent off. He was the captain, and he got a red card. So for De Gea, allowing such a goal, these things do happen. He's not a superhuman. He's just a normal guy.
They won't say he suffered a concussion the way Carriers we said he suffered a concussion.
I don't think they'll say he suffered a concussion. I think he took the mistake. I understood that even the best make mistakes. We have seen the likes of Noah make mistakes. The same Ronaldo in Champions League. So it can happen to anyone.
All right, we spoke about Nigeria and they have a game against Croatia. Ologa.
Nigeria are a good side. Their players, most of their players play in Europe. But on the international level, I think Nigeria are in a very tough group. If you look at the kind of players that Croatia have and Argentina, I think it will be tough for them. I also don't think they make it out of the group.
That one is an interesting comment there from Ologa. Remember, you can join the conversation on social media platforms at @JOndeko on Twitter and Facebook. And remember, you can also send your questions to our Twitter handles, and we have a live audience in the studio. So coming up after the break, we'll be talking about the match between France and Australia, which is just about to kick off, so don't go too far. This is Newslink on Reds TV. Remember, our social media platforms at @JOndeko on Twitter and at @JOndeko on Facebook. Remember, we have our guests in the studio. We have Josh Oluwaga and Calvin Kimaili and Andrew Kamochi in the studio. But first, my director is telling me that there is a question from the audience, and let's just take that very quick.
Yeah, my question is directed to the panelists. I think it would be nice to know what they think about France versus Australia. Who has a better chance of winning?
All right, let me just start from Kimaili. What do you think the game? How do you think it will go?
On paper, France is a very good team. We're facing Australia. Any prediction can go, but I think it's a game that's going to have very few goals, but France will take the day.
Kamochi?
France is taking the day. It's a good team on paper. It's a good team on the field. So it's an easy match for them.
All right. Ologa, what's your take on this?
Football is a very dirty game.
Like Morocco and...
yeah. On paper, yeah, France are a good team. I also think that they're going to win, but it's not going to be as easy as they think. I think I'd go for a 3-1 or 2-1.
All right. Another match which is coming up next is between Argentina and Iceland. Kamochi, let me start with you. We have, after the performance of Cristiano Ronaldo yesterday, Messi will also want to prove himself in this game. What do you think? What's your prediction on this game?
There's no point to prove for Messi. But talking about Iceland, we saw what Iceland did in the 2016 Euros, so it's a tough match for Argentina. They shouldn't just go and think this is just a normal Iceland side. They should think and look at what Iceland did in 2016, and beating England. So it's a good team facing a good side, but then again I have doubts with the Argentine goalkeeper. So Iceland might get a point from the match.
All right. In terms of goals, how do you predict it that it will go?
1-1.
1-1. Okay.
2-1 to Argentina.
All right. I thought Argentina will take that one. Ologa?
Iceland are a good side. Their midfield is quite good, and we also think Argentina is a team built around Messi, and most of the things in the squad are done by Messi. Of course, most people expect Messi to show his worth today, considering how Cristiano performed yesterday. But I think Argentina will walk away with a 2-0 victory.
All right. Yeah. Okay, now let me come back to Kimaili before we end up. Now, we have a game between Peru and Denmark. It is supposed to be played at 5 p.m. I'm very sure. Yeah. We have Eriksen, likes of Christensen at defense, at Denmark's defense there. What do you have to say about this game, Kimaili?
Usually it's so hard to tell about two teams that are coming into the tournament as underdogs.
Underdogs, yeah.
And Peru, they come from one of the most tough continent to qualify for the World Cup, because only 5 teams make out of all the countries in South America. So you find that it's not a team that you can just overlook. So I think even though Denmark has quality on its side, it's going to be a very tough match, and we could experience another draw in the World Cup.
All right, keep the conversation going on social media. Remember, at @JOndeko on Twitter and Facebook. And just a little bit about yesterday's game. Do you have to say that Spain sacked their coach? Do you think that's one of the issues or one of the reasons why their performance wasn't that good? Because to me, I felt like they performed quite well in terms of possession. The only thing wasn't that getting the goals.
I think professionalism comes first.
Mhm.
In Europe, you don't just do things the way you do them. For Spain to sack their coach, I think it was a board of directors and football associates that did that, and it was a good thing to do. But I didn't think Spain are supposed to get a draw from that game because everybody was on Spain's side, considering the players they have, and also that Portugal had most of the Portuguese players who are old, almost. I think they're at an average age of 30.
30 and 31.
Yeah, but it was a good game. Big players come up when they are needed, and Cristiano showed his worth. So we hope to see Spain perform better, but I think also the sacking of the coach might have contributed to the draw.
All right, I see a lot of comments coming in on our social media platforms. I'll be sampling them very, very quick. But as we come back, we'll be just winding everything up and talking about if Spain coach who was sacked is the fit for Real Madrid. Don't go too far. Sportslink continues on Red Steve. Remember, you can join the conversation on our social media platforms at JOndeke on Twitter and at JOndeke on Facebook. And I see a comment here from the one Victor. He's saying that Argentina will win that game. And I don't know what Kimaili thinks about that. Kimaili?
First of all, Argentina is a team that a lot of people are overlooking because it's a team that has been in the finals before, and also they have been in the finals of the Copa America.
Yeah.
So I think it's a team that comes in bringing a lot of quality, and that's why I supported them as a team. And I think a lot of people are saying the team is majorly centered on Messi. That could be true, but again, it's a team.
All right.
And they could prove to be worthwhile.
Okay, let me move to Kamoche. A lot of people say that Cristiano Ronaldo, he didn't deserve that free kick. Do you think it was intentional?
The tackle from Piqué was a tackle that deserved a free kick. So for me, Ronaldo deserved the free kick, and he went finding that free kick. He forced it. So Piqué is to blame, not Ronaldo.
So we said Portugal were at a better chance of winning the game.
No, Spain had a better chance, but then Portugal stood up.
All right, a good point for Portugal there. And let's talk about now. He's called Lopetegui. That name, kind of Spanish name. Anyway, is he the right fit for Real Madrid, Ologa?
Lopetegui is not. I don't think he's the right man for the job at Real Madrid, considering the previous coaches we've had at the Madrid club. I think they had better options, and we're still asking ourselves questions why Zidane.
Better options including Conte and Arsene Wenger?
Yeah, Wenger is a very good coach. I don't understand why most of the people don't like Wenger.
I see Kimaili looking at you. Kimaili, what do you have to say about that?
I have no problem with Wenger. Wenger is a very good coach. I think it's just that football at EPL is very tough, and also his time is also spent so much. But I think Real Madrid moving to Lopetegui is a very blind move. The reason I'm saying this is because we have seen quality in Zidane. He has won the Champions League 3 consecutive times. Lopetegui is someone, I don't know much of the statistics, but coming to a team that is much bigger in Europe, not only in Europe but also the world, we need to see quality, the likes of coaches that we have not seen yet being brought to Real Madrid.
Andrew, what do you have to say about his appointment?
Just to answer Kimaili, Lopetegui was unbeaten in 20 games for Spain after taking over from Vicente Del Bosque. So he's a coach who was really tried. He took a Spanish side that was knocked out of the 2016 Euros, a Spanish side that was knocked out of the group stage in the 2014 World Cup. So he has done really well. I'm hopeful for him.
All right, this is Sportslink on Race TV. Remember, the conversation goes on our social media platforms at JOndeke on Twitter and at J on Facebook, and I'll be sampling your comments as they come in. Remember, also have our live audience in the studio. But just as we wrap it off now, I want to start from Kimaili. Give me a team which you think will win the World Cup and the team which you support.
The World Cup is a tournament that sees a lot of quality teams. So if I say one team, I'll be very biased. But I think Argentina is on the upper hand.
Right.
And also we
You're
cannot
really
overlook.
campaigning for them.
We cannot overlook. We cannot overlook Belgium. Is a team that is coming to the tournament having shown a lot of quality. But then again, Brazil is a team to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Andrew.
Brazil is the team to watch, but then again, we can't forget Germany, defending champions, and also Spain. If they work on the few errors that they committed last week or last evening, then it's a team to beat also.
Okay, Olwage, finally.
I think Germany will disappoint, and I hope Argentina leads the World Cup. But we have several interesting teams to look at. I think Brazil are a good side. The age difference in their squad is quite well, so the mood in the changing room must be so good. Belgium, I think also Belgium will be good, but I pray and I hope Argentina wins.
All of you, none of you haven't spoken about an African team. Smile.
I think this is one of the World Cups that we are taking African teams that we are not so much hopeful. I remember in 2010 when Ghana
But
was...
Egypt has been in the world, I mean, it has been the African Cup of Nation champions for the longest time.
But then again, for quite a gap of years, they have not been performing.
Yeah.
Then they have just revived themselves from now with the likes of Mo Salah proving to be quality in the Premier League. So I don't think that's enough to validate them to be champions in the World Cup. At least they can get to the round of 16. But then again, beyond that, any team that can do much better is going beyond the round of 16.
Wow, very bad prediction there for African teams. Kamache?
The quarters for Senegal. Senegal will make it to the quarters.
Oh, I saw the Morocco's match, it was good. I don't know what happened anyway. Olwage?
I think the best representative we have is Morocco, but considering their results yesterday, I think our hopes have to go down. Considering the European teams and the African teams, we are lagging behind in terms of structures and tactics. So African teams, the farthest they can go, I think, is round of 16, and I think Senegal will be the team.
All right, a lot of challenges facing the African football, and of course our live audience. Can you just clap for yourself for being in the studio? And we also want to thank Mr. Josh Olwage for taking the time to come in the studio. Andrew Kamache, always a pleasure to have you. And Kelvin Kimaili, always a pleasure also to have you. This is Sportslink, and we wrap it up there. And remember to catch up next time, same place, same time. I'm Josh Ndeke. Goodbye and God bless for now.